Hello, and welcome to this tutorial on implementing some of the activities described in the Readiness and Emergency Management for Schools Technical Assistance Center's Earthquake Preparedness for Schools training. This tutorial will provide a brief summary of the information presented during the event. It will also give you information on how you may use the tools, resources, and continued support from the REMS TA Center to put into action the learnings from the training session. As you likely recall, the training you attended was designed to help you achieve the following objectives. Know why earthquakes are dangerous and how they can impact schools. Understand how the 5 preparedness mission areas can help schools before, during, and after an earthquake. Implement the 6-step planning process, which can help you plan for earthquakes. Know what courses of action may need to be addressed when planning for an earthquake. And know where to go for more resources. Now that you have completed the training, we suggest a few follow-up activities you can take to put the concepts you learned into practice. We will also highlight additional resources for schools and school districts, both public and non-public, that can help in this process. In the training you attended, the expert instructor described some of the mitigation strategies you can take to help keep students, teachers, and staff members from being hurt or worse in an earthquake. Some activities, such as seismic evaluations of buildings, will require support from professionals, like an engineer or architect. However, there are simple non-structural mitigation actions you can take right now to help protect your school. These include looking around your classroom or workspace to identify what building contents could shift or fall in an earthquake and injure somebody. For example, do you have books stacked above head level that could fall? Do you have large items that need to be secured to the wall, such as a television? You can also use this opportunity to engage your students in emergency preparedness by asking them to identify what building contents could cause harm in an earthquake and how they would secure them. You can then work with your facilities team, administrators, and other teachers and staff members to secure these items. You also learned about and practiced the protective actions to take during an earthquake, which is to drop, cover, and hold on. Now is a great time to identify how your students and you would protect yourselves in an earthquake. It will likely be easier to identify how to do that in a classroom, where there are desks available to take cover under. However, you should also identify what actions to take in other places, such as on the school bus, in an auditorium or stadium, or outdoors. You should also identify how people who are not able to drop, cover, and hold on can be protected with their caregivers if necessary. For those with limited mobility, who may use a wheelchair, cane, or walker, this could involve the actions of lock, cover, and hold on. More information on specific steps to take in an earthquake can be found at https://www.earthquakecountry.org/step5/. To help with general planning for people with disabilities or access and functional needs, the REMS TA Center also has an archived webinar on our website on this topic, titled Addressing Access and Functional Needs in School and Higher Education Emergency Operations Plans. No matter your position or role in the school, now is also a good time to check your emergency supplies. Page 46 in your training participant manual lists emergency supplies for administrators, classrooms, and students and staff members. These supplies are particularly useful after an earthquake, as well as other emergencies. You may not have all the items on the list, but you can start putting together the supplies now and add to them when you can. Some emergency supplies, such as batteries, AED pads, and food, can expire. You should also ensure your school or school district has a system in place to check on your emergency supplies and replace items that will expire soon, and identify who is responsible for that. In the training, you also learned about creating an earthquake annex to your school's or school district's Emergency Operations Plan, or EOP. To learn more about developing an EOP through the 6-step planning process and the other annexes you should create, the REMS TA Center provides several trainings in a variety of formats. This includes an on-site training by request, in a similar format to the earthquake training you took. You can also take an online course, which takes between 30 and 45 minutes to complete. Also available is a specialized training package that can be used to brush up on your knowledge or to train others on the 6-step planning process. The REMS TA Center also offers several interactive tools to support individuals and planning teams at schools in assessing their knowledge of concepts fundamental to emergency preparedness and in creating and evaluating EOPs. EOP Evaluate is designed to help schools evaluate an established EOP. EOP Assess can help the planning team members assess their current understanding of how to create a high-quality EOP. And EOP Assist directs planning team members through a process that will result in the output of an EOP according to the federal guidelines for developing a high-quality school EOP. This tool is available as a web-accessible software application or as an offline tool consisting of PDF and Word documents. As you plan for earthquakes, you may also be interested in accessing our toolbox, which is a virtual library of tools developed by school and higher ed emergency managers in the field, containing resources pertinent to the needs of schools, institutions of higher education, and their community partners, as they engage in the process of school emergency preparedness. The toolbox contains resources, such as earthquake tabletop exercises, which involve discussing in an informal setting how a school or school district would respond to a hypothetical scenario. We also encourage you to submit your own resources for inclusion in the toolbox via a form on the page. You can also share your feedback, post resources, and ask follow-up questions about the earthquake preparedness training by request in a forum on the REMS TA Center's Community of Practice, or COP. The COP is a collaborative effort of practitioners to share ideas, experiences, and lessons learned, and engage with one another on emergency preparedness. To join the community, please visit the COP webpage you see on your screen. You can then access the hashtag REMSOnTheRoad Earthquake Preparedness Forum in the K-12 public forums. For the latest information on school emergency preparedness from our federal partners and the REMS TA Center, you can follow at REMS TA Center on Twitter. As you may recall from the training, one great way to become better prepared for earthquakes is by participating in exercises such as your state or regional shakeout. Shakeout is part of America's Preparathon, which is a national community-based campaign that moves individuals from awareness to action for relevant hazards. To learn more about the Shakeout for K-12 schools and school districts, and to participate in a drill, visit www.shakeout.org. This webpage provides guidance on how to plan your drill, get prepared, and share information about the Shakeout. For the latest information, you can also follow at Shakeout on Twitter. You can also visit the REMS TA Center's Shakeout page at https://rems.ed.gov/shakeout.aspx. Here you will find a variety of resources, including a podcast on earthquake exercises in schools by Mark Benthian, the Global Coordinator for the Great Shakeout. This concludes our tutorial for today. If you have any questions on earthquake preparedness, safety, security, or emergency management for schools or school districts, please do not hesitate to contact the REMS TA Center's help desk by email at info@remstacenter.org or by toll-free telephone at 1-855-781-REMS or 7367 during regular business hours. We wish you all the best for your future emergency preparedness efforts.